Hey guys, this is Sneak Attack. Today we're going to be talking about the best anime duos. So the best partnership in an anime, got two people who have the best synergy out of everyone else. So that's what we're going to do today. You have any ideas?
So synergy is like your main, like just on, like in
On it,
tandem,
man.
in tandem on it, like
On
they're
it.
ready. Yeah, Hinata and Kageyama, 100%.
From Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.
Okay.
Yep, Haikyuu. It's not even. It's not a shonen. It's not an action. What is it? A shonen? Probably a shonen.
It's a shonen.
But it's not an action. It's not a fighting anime. Everybody's gonna go right to fighting anime.
The sports anime.
You talk about straight fucking coordination. Hinata's eyes are closed when he spikes that ball. That's legit. It doesn't get better than that.
So, to be honest, I would debate that because for a while they hate each other. And then they like each other again. And then they really hate each other to a point where they fight. They almost get in a fight like 3 times in a row.
But despite hating each other, they play at an elite level.
They do start having their falls.
Sure.
And I'm not saying calling someone a stupid cook and calling someone a dumb moss head like Sanji and Zoro do. I'm not saying that's bad synergy or that's a bad team up. I'm just saying I feel like there might be better. Like if we want to go sports anime, I think Kuroko and Kagami have way better synergy and team up than Kageyama and Hinata. Kuroko straight up tells Kagami, "You're my light, I'm your shadow," and it never stops being that from day one. They bicker in the first 10 episodes. It's mostly Kagami who bickers with Kuroko, like, "Leave me alone, why you always hovering over me? Why you always here when I'm here first?" And Kuroko's like, "Dude, I've been here this whole time." But I feel like Kuroko's always there for Kagami. He's always like, "You got this, you got..." Kagami starts getting down and depressed, and Kuroko's like, "Dude, look at me. I'm trash. You're a superstar, and I'm only here to support your stardom." While Hinata and Kageyama bicker and fight too much for me to say perfect team synergy.
Okay, so I got we're gonna go too deep into this. I'll be really quick about it. I think that's wrong. I think Kuroko is a pedestal for Kagami to stand on. I think, and Kuroko is a pedestal for anyone he steps on the court with. Kageyama and Hinata only work together. Alone, Kageyama was too precise for anybody to even touch his ball. Alone, Hinata was too aggressive, too high jumping for anyone to get the ball to him. They needed each other. They're peanut butter and jelly. They're chocolate and peanut butter. Peanut butter goes with a lot of things. They are really good together. They are, they're vanilla and chocolate. They're a perfect swirl.
They're definitely a good team.
I get what you're saying about
definitely
fighting,
a good team.
but I think those are the growing pains into becoming what they are. Whereas Kagami and Kuroko is always having to elevate himself to keep being that pedestal. Because without the pedestal, the whole thing falls apart. And he's got to do it for the whole team, not just Kagami.
No.
Sure, he's the star. Other dudes are scoring fucking 10 points a game too.
Yeah.
That dude's just got 30, but it's all because of Kuroko's facilitation. It's all the facilitation. And he did it for Ayomine before he did it for Kagami.
He did.
So if you can do it for someone else, is that really a match made in heaven?
I think it can be, especially since there's more to it. But I feel like Kuroko just wanted to get stronger to help his buddy. The stronger he is, the more helpful he's going to be to his buddy. But like you said, also, it doesn't always have to be about strength. Because let's look at this duo, who one has all the power and the other one has almost none. And I feel like you'll like this one. I'm talking about Natsu and Happy. I feel like those guys, they're bros.
Goated
and they'll
duo.
always be bros.
Okay.
Natsu
talking about
is crazy strong and Happy. He's there for a good I saw her. So I feel like, and they're bros, man. And later on in the show, you see the backstory to Happy and Natsu in a sense, and they weren't supposed to be friends at all to begin with, but man, they're 100% bros, and I don't. That's a great deal in my opinion.
That's a crazy thing, you know. I guess I misunderstood the criteria, because you know what? That's my number one. The I Sir was on point. You've met a lot of voice actors, so I'm going to say that's where it came from, because that was too good. Honestly, like, I'm kind of dumbfounded for a second. I think we're going to have to cut and come back to me. Because I don't I'm going to rewind.
Yeah.
That one threw me for a loop, but Happy's my goat, honestly. And Natsu's up there.
There's a lot of like characters like that. I think like the little creature and the main partner.
So like Reborn in Issei. So you see Reborn, little creature.
Yep.
What's he doing in my life? You know, and it's a weird relationship. It's a weird relationship, but you know what? They get to know each other. For those of you that have seen Reborn, it's kind of, I don't want to call it old school, but it's old school, I think, for our generation.
It's old school enough for us.
And anybody now, they don't know what Reborn
right.
is. Like, go watch
it looks
Reborn.
crazy.
It's low key a classic.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's underrated, but it's still a classic somehow. And they're definitely bros. I mean, Reborn
that baby
has his back in death. I mean, the whole show's about that. So who else is gonna have your back even in death? So much to bring you back. So that's a definitely good duo. Again, keep it up with the small creatures and the main guy. This is a little different, but I'm talking about Ash Ketchum and Pikachu.
Okay.
Man, big duo for the last 20-something years. Ash became Grandmaster. He beat all the champions. Him versus Leon at the very end. And Pikachu and Ash both made it through at the end. Ash the Grandmaster, in a sense, in the anime, if you want to call it an anime, it definitely is. Ash and Pikachu are the strongest team period.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really good at duo.
That's a great answer. I mean, that's a great talking point thing to talk about. And I think, you know, I think the only thing that comes close, because honestly, I think you kind of hit the pinnacle right there. In terms of, yeah, well, you kind of did, because in terms of nostalgia, in terms of what we all rooted for, in terms of growth. Now, for me though, you want to talk about, like, I was kind of going with coordination. Right? I still stand on my I stand on my first answer, because you're talking about like being able to be in sync. Like brothers, and so I like the Kuroko and Kagami one. For me, the only other, like, I'm gonna go to a fighting anime again instead of the creatures. And this one's hilarious, because for most of the anime, they hate each other's guts. They never tandem in anything. It's Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke at the end come out with moves that they have never practiced ever, and they're in sync. They're in sync.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy.
I mean,
and actually, if you go back to the first arc, they were in sync from day one.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Definitely. I mean, them against Obito,
was incredible.
Jubito, Obito. Yeah, they had some crazy combo moves for sure.
Correct. But I mean, if you guys can let us know. Demon Windblade was one of the fucking defining moments.
Crazy.
That's what hooks everyone to the show.
To see that.
If that doesn't hook you onto the show, nothing did at that point. Like, that's what got you.
Yep.
If you made it that, like, you had to wait like 4 episodes for it. Nah, it was more like 10.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But there's something in there. But once you got there, it's like, this is it. There's
even that meme where that little kid who's watching that show sees the Shuriken transform to Naruto, and he's like, that gets everyone. I think a good one is also, I'm going to just throw 2 out there because they're similar. I'm talking about siblings. I'm talking about Tanjiro and Nezuko, and Edward and Alphonse Elric.
Oh,
so we can talk about either one,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
both great. The sibling
Duos
dualness
is
is
crazy,
crazy because one, you guys are siblings, and
They're
two,
connected,
they're
dude.
connected. And when they fight, it's
That's heart to heart, right
back
there,
to
dude.
back, heart to heart. I
It's
got
like-
your back 100%. It's like I'd rather die than you die. It's that 100%.
I'm not gonna downplay either one of them because Elric and Alphonse are. That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
man.
They're amazing.
Trying to get their bodies
Tanjiro
back.
and Nezuko is underrated. I think people because the fights they're so quick. They're so most of the show people is more talking than the actual fighting.
Right.
But when they're fighting together, like you said, it's I'm gonna die before you die, no matter what. And they're both thinking that. They're both going through those motions.
Definitely.
And I think that's you know what? That one's gonna be it for me. That one's gonna be it.
I feel like Elle and Alphonse, Ed and Alphonse, that's almost the max. I mean,
Ellen Light were friends, right? Get the fuck out of here.
Not-
Get the fuck out of here with Ellen Light.
I'm talking about the Elric brothers.
You guys ever notice their initials are the same? It's kind of stupid,
Yeah.
right? But
I'm talking about the Elric brothers. The fact that they both did something almost completely crazy,
forbidden.
terrible, forbidden, and Ed lost his brother, and he sacrificed his own limb to bring him back. And then they do this whole journey, and the whole time they're talking about, "I can get your body back." Once Ed says, "I'm only," in a sense, he's only really worried about getting Alphonse's body back, and Alphonse the same way. He's only really worried about getting Ed's limbs back. The fact that they put themselves to the wayside, of course they do want their own bodies back. I feel like that's my pinnacle, the Elric brothers.
That's a good. Honestly, I don't disagree with that. Like I said, I don't want to downplay either of them. I think just one is underrated. The other one has a whole show about it.
Yeah,
And you know, to be fair, like it's a great show. What's it called? Fullmetal Alchemist is amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's
It's a
called
great one.
the correct version is called Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, that's the
It's
correct version.
Brotherhood.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I think that kind of it's in the title. So
I
come
think
on.
that's a good place to see where the division happens.
If you guys have another duo we didn't mention, please let us know. There's a lot. There's
There's a lot. There's so many. We can go on forever.
Yeah.
We can go on for 2 hours if you want to.
Oh, definitely. So if you guys want to see more, also let us know.
Like, comment, subscribe, especially comment so we could see the duos, and we'll do the next video on them.
Definitely. Catch you guys next time.